The one thing to note is that this isn't very compact at all. I'm sure someone can do this much better, and there'll probably be a video coming out in like a few months when they get back to this or whatever. I'm like, wow, I can actually make this compact.
As you can see, I have built many machines here, and a lot of places where the ground is dug out because I tried to build something there and then destroyed the whole thing because it didn't work. All this because I was trying to take the original idea of the original machine and condense it. Eventually I just broke it down into pieces to see if the individual pieces worked, and that's when I realized the original machine was composed of two parts. A timer, which timed when you introduce items into the actual sorter, and then the sorter itself. And this breakthrough led me to make these machines over here. And I was very, very proud. These two machines right here that I am in between were the machines that I thought would revolutionize everything. This is my original one. This is just a dropper firing things into a hopper pipeline at a rate that the sorter itself can handle it. And you've probably seen these before if you're trying to build something like this. This is just the beginning of a dropper pipeline. Typically I would head this straight up because if you're going from side to side, all you need is a hopper. However, as I continued designing these things, I realized I was trying to slow things down in a hopper. So I would have like a redstone torch or something next to it powered so that it would stop something in there, and then I would have a comparator figure out if something was in there, and then it would release one item at a time into the pipeline. Well, that was a fairly large mechanism, because I had to not only have the mechanism on here, I had to have the signal reverse, and I had to have the delay perfect to fire only one item at a time, which is possible, but it's bulkier than it needs to be because droppers exist, and it took me way too long to figure that out, much longer than I would like. So over here, this is just a dropper pipeline firing into the hopper, or this is just a dropper, the very first part of a dropper pipeline firing into a hopper pipeline, which leads over to this, which is the sorter itself. This is just the way I did it. I actually condensed it from here further, but that's later. And this is the sorter that the original designer had on theirs. This one I thought was good because it didn't go as far back, but it came off to the side farther. This one came off to the back farther, but not off to the side. So I think that I liked mine better because it would fit in with a typical sorter machine, which would go back a ways, but not to the side. You wanted the side for more things sorting. Another thing is mine did not keep an item in that hopper right there. This, however, this keeps an item in that hopper, and you must absolutely have this space or else the redstone blocks would interact with each other negatively. And so I was super proud of myself after designing both of these. I was going to introduce them both as the condensed version of the original machine, even though while the concept is similar, including the dropper I think makes it conceptually a different machine. Maybe, I don't know, whatever. But then I realized I could play around with this timer and condense it further and just leave, you know, a smaller timer with the same size sorter. So I did. This is the condensed timer with the sorter. This is a very slight alteration because I didn't want the redstone of each machine to interact with the redstone of the other machine. And this then was the one I was going to show off in this video and show people how to build. But then I had another realization. What do I need these repeaters for? I don't need that much power going into these blocks. So this is the final resulting machine. The machine itself obviously does not need any of these chests. These chests are just there for me to test the machine, which I am going to do right now actually. I'm going to show you how well this machine works. As you can see, I already ran it, and all the potions were separated from everything else. So it shouldn't operate differently, but this way you get to see it operate. And I'm going to just put everything in there in no particular order, because I'm cool, and potions are cool. I honestly didn't expect... This is just me talking, though. I honestly never expected that I would do something like this, that I would condense something that the Minecraft community as a large might be able to use. I just figured somebody would do it before I did, but you know, this is something that I wanted to do, so I did it. Somebody else probably figured it out and they just didn't make a YouTube thing. Now here's the thing though. This is two different components side by side. We have the timer right here, which introduces items into the sorter right here, at a rate that the sorter can sort them. These are the two devices. This is the timer, this is the sorter. Now the thing about this is, what makes this significant, this being two parts, is you don't even need this part. So if you want to condense this even further, this is all you really need. However, that's with the caveat that you must introduce things into the sorter at a delayed rate. At least 3 or 4 ticks. I would go with 4 to be safe. I think 3 is all that's necessary though. And here is a sorting machine with a dropper pipeline leading up into the sorter itself, and it's just timed with 4 ticks so that each individual item would be put in the sorter at a 4-tick interval, which would allow this sorter to sort it. You only need 2 blocks width right here. You could just put it back here, and you could just pop it right there on that sorter. So that's what's special about this. You can just have a pipeline which introduces things to your sorter slowly, and this is all you need to pop on the end of this, and you will sort out your potions. Now obviously everything else that's unsorted comes out on the right, so if you put this on this, you will need a hopper pipeline going back around to continue the pipeline. What I would do actually is I would have things go up and over this, so that things come, and I would reverse this design so that it just happened in reverse. The potions would pop out on the right, so I could just have a chest of potions right there, and then everything else would just continue down the sorting line. That's how I would do it. I didn't do it here because, you know, everything's different. I'm not going to show you how to make your things, except of course, make them the way I made these. And now you will see that this machine has sorted everything. There's all of the non-potions. There's all of the potions. There is not something... Wait a minute, there is something in here. Usually there's not something in there. I guess occasionally something does get left in there. That's the first time it's ever actually happened in all of my testing. So, you know, whatever. It's not too big a deal. The original design had that anyway. And more often than not, that will not happen. So, you know, that threw me through a hoop, but it's sorted. And so these are both very simple to make. I'm just going to make one right next to this one. I'll put it right over here. So you need, boop. That's the wrong thing. Doot. And doot. Okay, so this is the base. And then you want steps coming up. Get rid of that. Steps coming up. Get rid of that. And these are all the solid blocks you're going to need to build this. You want to put a redstone torch there. And a redstone torch. Whoop, not there. There, not there either. I can't hit this right. Oh no, I broke the block! Okay guys, ignore that I'm stinking at this. I can fix that extra block there in a minute. There is where you want that redstone torch. And you want to knock that out again if you made that same mistake I just did. You want 2 blocks here. What these do is they carry redstone signal up to this comparator, so that when this comparator senses something in this block, it gets shut off after a minute. And now let's see, we want to put some redstone dust there, and a repeater there. That's the entire redstone circuit. So now, however you want to do it, just pop a dropper on here. I'm going to just put this right here. Dropper. There you go. Oh, it's facing down. That wouldn't work, but you know, you get the idea. As long as you place it however you want, because if you're on the corner, you might want it shooting off this way. Or if you want to carry things over this, so that, like, reverse this, you have a hopper over here, and then this over here, and you want this to go over, just put this going up, put a hopper pipeline coming over here, it'll drop stuff off into the sorter, and the potions will actually come out on the right side, and everything else comes out on the left, and it can just continue on down the sorting line. And so yeah, that is the entire circuit for the timer. which I'm going to destroy because I like to destroy things. Also, I'm going to make room for this. I'm going to create another one of these now. And as you can see, well, okay, this goes off this way, so the first piece will be right there. That's this one right here. Do. Oh, I didn't need that. Do, and I still don't need that one. So you got those. And then I'm just going to pop that torch there so that it's easier to leave that there. And I'm going to put that there so that that goes right there. And that is all the blocks you need. And now let's put all the redstone torches we need. On this one we need 3 redstone torches. And remember, these are designed so that these can go right next to each other. So if you do not put these right next to each other, this one may be able to be condensed further. I haven't really played around with that, but it seems, I intuit anyway, that it could be. So, let's see, this is all it needs, isn't it? I already have it all built. So that's, see, redstone torch. Wait a minute. I have that in the wrong place. Alright. So, break that. We don't want that there. And we want this redstone torch on the side of that one. That's where you want it, so that it, as you can tell what happens, actually I'm just going to pop that there first. And then, so this is the entire redstone circuitry of the sorter itself. What we have going on is, when it detects something in the, in this hopper right here, when something's up there, okay, yeah, I should start there. This hopper we want not functional. We want this stone to be powered by this redstone torch so that this does not pull or push anything from this hopper. However, when something's in this hopper that does not get pushed into that, then something will be in there, and we want this to operate because nothing's being pushed into the brewer stand. So since it's something in there, powers this block, this redstone torch gets put off, stops powering that, this redstone torch comes on, which starts powering that, which starts powering this stone, turns this off, allows that dropper to pull stuff out. So now let's just pop that stuff where it goes. These are up here. Don't need that there. Okay, so 2 chests. These chests do not need to be there. I'm pretty sure I said that already, but I might not have. And then we need hopper. And then we need brewing stand. And yep, missed. That one is not needed. That would do nothing worthwhile. So that's it. That is the entire sorter, and I already told you how it operates. So all of the items that are not potions end up in this chest. All the potions that are potions, all the items that are potions, go into this one. And I'm going to break this because, as I said, I like breaking things, and, you know, the tutorial on how to build that is over, so you don't need it there either. That's how you build both of these devices. And again, you don't even need the timer if you have a timer earlier on in your sorter. As long as you have a 3-click delay. I would actually go 4 just to be safe, but that's me. I would go 4. If you have a 4-click delay, a 4-tick delay, my bad, then this can go anywhere on your sorter and it will do the job all on its own because items are not being introduced too quickly for it to do its job. And that is my contribution to the Minecraft community at large. This is what I did for you. I'm actually kind of surprised nobody did this before me. Although the amount of work I put into it was probably more than somebody else might have needed. And did I show you that this sorted yet? It did. Check it out. It did. It sorted everything. Okay, people, have fun sorting potions out from your sorting mechanism, your sorting line, however long or big or tall it is. Sort out your potions. Have fun. This is Space Yeti, out.